Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamond.
All right. Go ahead.
So we're not going. So, ladies and gentlemen, me and BZ are not going to necessarily highlight the full interview of the Royce Keys. What's your story? Statement, man. In part because the boy has not watched it fully.
Yeah, he didn't watch the whole thing yet.
But I didn't watch the whole thing, so I apologize to you, ladies and gentlemen. I did not watch the whole Royce Keys interview with Statement, man. But I heard it was a tearjerker. Shout out to my homeboy BZ. We're gonna talk about this, man. We're gonna talk about this, and again, we're not talking about this topic to offend anyone. So do not take what we're saying completely out of context of like, oh, you're just saying this because you're trying to get
Right.
what's the old cliche clickbait. You're trying to get the attention grabber. Blah, 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 blah. Like, listen, if I get attention for this, BZ gets attention for this, then it's all for the right reasons. We're not
Right.
doing it for the wrong reasons. So if you stand, but if you believe we're doing it for the wrong reasons, to each his own. That's your perspective. That's your point of view, perspective,
Yeah.
perception, whatever. That's you, right? Okay, BZ, get this going pop off, man.
I want to talk about. I want to talk about a lot of us. And shout out to Royce Keys. Like I said, I watched the
Yes, sir, the
whole
Royce
thing.
Keys,
I
Stephen
watched the
Man,
whole
and
thing with Stephen McMahon,
co
and
Yep.
he really, it was his first interview after the Royal Rumble and being actually his first debut in the WWE. And he really tapped into where he was from and what he's been through as far as what his upbringing, as far as his grandma, his mom, his dad, for some of us that know who passed away. I mean, not his dad, but his brother, who some of us know passed away right there. And he watched the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like his life, he had a lot of trauma, a lot of stuff that he's been through. Now,
Hold on, BZ. Shout out, and also shout out to Elise Dazinski. That's the co-host with Stephanie McMahon. I want to shout her
oh,
out
that's her
too.
name. Okay,
Yeah, I think,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Shout
Yep,
out to her.
yep.
Yeah, and like I said, we're not gonna break down the whole interview. I just found something very interesting that I wanted to talk about. That of course is not a fan favorite to talk about because y'all be on me and Josiah because we always want to talk about Christianity or believers or whatever, whatever. And if you want us to change that, you might want to find somebody else to subscribe to because that's never going
Facts,
to happen. So
facts.
let's keep that 1,000% clear. We're
1000%.
gonna always talk about God in this situation.
Amen,
So
brother.
yes,
Amen.
so he went through a lot. He went through a lot in his life. A lot in his life. He did say that he was brought up in the church and stuff like that with his grandma and them, but he also said he believed in a higher power, and then he just moved on from the subject. And my thing is,
Mm,
how with all the things when you guys watch it, with all the things that that brother went through, to not be able to give God any type of credit for still being here standing is a tough task. That's hard to do because now you're making it seem like you are the reason why you made it.
mm,
You are the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because the blood, sweat, and tears that you went through, the workouts, the sleepless nights, the all these things, you are the reason why you made it. Because you don't give God credit at all. First of all, when you
mm.
say it's a higher power, that's already disrespectful. I hate when people say the man upstairs. That is so disrespectful. I'm just like, come on, bro. But I'm not like I said, I'm not here to dog Royce Keys or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is,
Mm,
when we have to understand us as believers, when we get put in those positions, and when we actually get on the pedestal, and God actually gives us the opportunity to be at the top, make sure that
mm.
we do what we're supposed to do while we're up there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We can't keep announcing the fact that, yeah, I ate right. Yeah, I worked out. Yeah, all sleepless nights. Like I said, I wrestle 40, 50, 4 or 500 times a year. I did this training. I did this, and this. I did this, I did that. I. And it's all well and good, but people got to understand you can't do that if God didn't wake you up.
Right.
If God didn't wake you up, all this I stuff is out the window. You
Mm-hmm.
get no I nothing because you didn't wake yourself up.
Yep.
And I think that's when it comes down to the little things. What is that? 26? I think that's the little things that we tend to look over is the fact that God woke us up. We don't even, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? We don't even think about that. The fact that we got a chance to wake up to get another opportunity at trying to be better at life. We don't even acknowledge that. That stuff
Yeah.
gets pushed to the side because that's one of those small things. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, that's
Yeah.
small. God woke me up. That's it. Oh well, he ain't blessed me with no money. I'm like, but did he bless you with the breathe, the opportunity, and the breath in your lungs to actually go get some money?
Talk about it.
Like we don't even talk about that. But it's always what they've done. It's always what oh yeah, well I did this, I did that, I
Yes.
did this. Which I get it, I understand it, but you cannot do none of it if God didn't put the breath in your lungs to wake up to
Mm-hmm.
actually do it though. But he
Mm-hmm.
gets no credit for that though.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling Josiah. I was like, look, bro, if I ever get an opportunity to be up there like that, people are going to be so. If I'm on the red carpet, how are you feeling today? God is the only reason why I'm here. Oh well,
Yep.
how did you get here? Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit.
Man.
Well, what else you got? Well, I know you worked. Yeah, I worked because God woke me up. Like, bro, you will get frustrated with me because I'm gonna keep telling you the reason why I'm here because I'm not gonna mess that opportunity up. And this is what I be saying: when people get the opportunity and people
Right.
get these pedestals,
Yes.
you don't use it. That's why the fall, when the fall
Yes.
happens, it hurts so much because God
Yes.
allowed you to get up there, but you did not represent Him well when you got there.
Yeah, it's kind of like being like a jerk in a way, right? When you ask the question of like, well, okay, so like I've already had it in my mind already as it is. Like when people come at me and they'll be like, "Yo, Josiah, so like you're so talented, bro. How did you get so skilled and gifted with your pen as far as rap?" I'm gonna tell them God,
That's it.
right? Every time they're gonna be like, "Well, how was you like one of the best quote unquote Christian rappers or rappers that's a Christian, God?" How is you? How are you so great at what you do? Boom, boom, boom. I give all the glory to God, and he receives every single credit,
I
and I'm
can't
gonna
give
give
you
him,
nothing.
and I'm gonna
Right.
say he's the greatest. He's the great. I reflect the greatness that's of him. So like, if you're expecting me to come across by saying I did this, I did that, understand something. I'm coming from a place of being, first of all, we're mere human beings. We just happen to have a gift. Bro, you know how many times people go through interviews and they're like, bro, people will say certain different things just to get a certain person's attention. Tory Lanez went on an interview and was like, he told a dude that he was a messed up, guy. You know what I'm saying? But he said, but it's okay. And the dude said, oh, I'm so sorry, bro. I just want to do that to get your attention.
Yep.
And then it goes for you, like, you people treat us because of how high a pastor we done got on. Oh my gosh! So I should look at you as like my idol. My God! First of all,
Right.
don't ever idolize me. Don't ever idolize me. I'm gonna
Right.
tell that right now. Don't ever look at me as your God. Don't bow down to me. Don't worship me. Don't kiss my feet. Don't kiss my fingers. Don't do none of that towards me.
Right.
I will immediately tell you you are violating my boundaries, and I will tell you about yourself, bro. You need to chill.
Right.
You need to calm down because it's not
Right.
that
Exactly.
serious.
Exactly.
It's
What's
really
going on?
not. And again,
You the Uber driver? Yep. Go ahead, Joe.
and when you're dealing, and so to BZ's point, the point is a lot of times we get caught up into self-serving behavior,
Yep.
right? We get caught up into a lot of prideful, it's me, self-righteous kind of behavior. I done did this way, boom, 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 but I done overcame it this way. I done pushed through, blah, 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 blah. I gave myself affirmations to go right here and say, and it's like, that's all good and dandy, but at the end of the day, the reason why you're still living and breathing and being able to see 25,
Right.
30, 35, 40,
Right.
45, 50,
Right.
and so on and so forth, is because God's not done with you.
That's it.
He's not done with you. You imagine, and BZ, I'm glad you pointed this out because imagine like all the times people almost face near death experiences and they
Yep.
still manage to survive. Ric
Yep.
Flair. Ric Flair years ago had that situation where he was like in a hospital. Everyone was like, "Whoa, is Ric
Yeah,
Flair
he about to be out of
humbling,
here.
coming up, waking up each day like, yo, is Ric Flair gone?" Blah blah blah. But
Right.
like they kept with updates and more updates, and then eventually he lost some weight, but he came back to be better again.
Yep.
What's my point I'm trying to mention with Ric Flair? He's still living. The man's like in
Yep.
his 70s, still living. How is that not God right there?
Yep. And he don't
Because
get
if it
acknowledged.
wasn't God, he will allow you to die.
Exactly. And he don't get acknowledged. Because you think
Yes.
it's the doctors. Oh yeah, well the doctors found out this and they figured this out and they gave me the right they gave me the right pills and all that, man, bro. All right, come on, man.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, bro.
Yep.
And I just see it a lot. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? We ain't try to, you know what I'm saying, come on here to be long winded or nothing like that because we'll talk more about it in the actual interview. But I'm just saying to the people, I'm like, when you get that opportunity, man, don't blow it just
Yes.
because you've done so much. Oh yeah, well I did this and yeah I worked out so much and I did my training. I've been training for years and yeah I've been I went to school for this and I studied this and I did this and I did that. I'm like man that all sounds good, bro. But if you didn't wake up, you wouldn't have been able to do it. Let's be honest. You wouldn't be able to do it
Yeah.
again.
And the crazy part is, even if we receive backlash, we get some centralized. Praise God, number one. Praise God for all
Exactly.
that. If
Right.
it does come, right? That's number one. And number two, we ain't the only ones. Look what happened with D1.
Exactly.
We got Jim Jones coming at him, talking about him stealing a podcast.
Yeah.
So like Jim Jones coming at him. I think Rick Ross did something towards him in response, like beat Mill. Like okay, cool. Guess what? We gotta be bold for Jesus, bro.
Yep.
We gotta be bold for Christ. I don't care what nobody says.
Got to.
Be bold for Christ. Be bold
Gotta
for
be
Christ,
bold for
bro.
real. 'Cause you don't want
Y'all
you
want to
don't
hate on
want
us. Y'all want to persecute us. Go right ahead. Jesus went through the same thing. He
yeah
told me we were going through it. So like, listen, we in this world, but we not of it. I don't care. Like, listen, I don't.
yeah
I'm not going to infuse my life to be accepted by the whole world. Lecrae said it best: if you live for people's acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. So at the end
exactly
of the day, if you like me for me and you respect the honesty and the genuine sense of where me and BZ are coming from, you will get why we're saying what we're saying. Yes, it's
right
deep, but that's the point. It's supposed to be deep because we serve someone who is deep.
exactly
Period. So
right
again, Royce Keys, listen, very talented dude. Started working in AEW. Want to see him win. Want to see him shine. Want to see him succeed. This is not
right
coming from a place of we weren't expecting his downfall and blah blah blah
yeah
blah.
no yeah not at all
No. If anything, we're saying quite the opposite. However, what we are going to stay doing is taking everybody and holding them accountable for what they be doing.
right we
Just
got
like
to
how I got somewhat deal with LA Knight. I'm like LA Knight. Don't you ever refer to God to be filthy.
oh yeah
If you don't believe in God,
right
you don't believe in God. You ain't have to say nothing about God being filthy by talking to God. You know what I'm saying? You could have kept it respectful, bro. But with you doing that,
right
this and that, I lost some respect for you, bro. I'm a fan of your work. But come
right
on, man. We don't refer to God to be filthy. Don't do
right
that. Period.
yeah I feel the same way with the man upstairs or the it's somebody up above type
My
deal.
mom
I'm
hates
like,
that. My
bro,
mom
that's
hates
just
that, bro.
crazy to me. I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
She said, stop referring to God as man upstairs.
Yeah, like what is that? Like what is that? Like, bro, who came up with that? It's so crazy to me. It's disrespectful, bro. It really is, bro. Regardless of
Yeah.
any lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? It's regardless of anybody's lifestyle, everybody's not perfect. But at the same time, what we not gonna just be doing is just disrespecting. Like
Yeah.
he's not that, bro. Like we just gonna keep all the men upstairs or a supreme being. We're not gonna say what it is
Yes.
though. We'll leave it there, or y'all want to cover it up and just keep using the universe. That's what y'all want.
Yeah. Look,
Like,
what's
come on,
say?
bro. Just
Let me ask, and I'm glad you brought that up because I just watched. I didn't just watch it, but I've been watching it like numerous times. But it's one of my favorite Christian movies. I don't care if people call it corny, it's garbage, fluke, whatever. You can criticize it all you want. I love the movie God's Not Dead. Have you seen God's Not Dead?
what is it called?
God's Not Dead.
Where's it? Where you see that?
I didn't see it in theaters,
Was
but
it
it
Netflix or
came
something? No, I'm
out
saying is it
a few
Netflix or
years
something?
back. It's on Tubi. You can watch it on Tubi.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen it yet.
Have you never seen it? Okay,
I'm about to
it's
see
a
you.
great movie. Great movie. But shout out to my guy Shane Harper, who ironically is the same dude who played Vic Flynn in the Powerpuff Force.
For real?
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
him. Yeah,
definitely
he's
gotta
the
watch
little
it now.
he plays a college student who is defending his belief in God. The whole purpose of the movie is that his professor in his philosophy class wants all the students to acknowledge that God is dead, right? And he's like, I can't do that. He's the only one out of the whole class that's not putting it on paper. Like they all had to write
Oh, I
God.
gotta.
Boom, 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 boom.
Did I see
It,
that?
it, it
That
was
sounds
crazy.
familiar.
It was crazy. But
Yeah, I gotta see that.
he told the professor, he was like, no, I'm not going to go right here and sign, boom, boom, boom. And he said, because I'm a Christian, and no, I'm not with that, blah, blah, blah. And they went through a whole debate, throughout the whole film. It's brilliant, brilliantly done. Touches on all kinds of different topics, like people with other different faiths and things like that. So yeah, watch it when you get a chance. But my point I'm trying to bring up is one of the things that was said in the movie that I loved was he mentioned what did he say? What did he say? I don't remember. He said for someone who criticizes and questions who created God, right? He said my question is who created the universe?
I love that, and I say that every time.
I love that
I say
question.
that all the time. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
y'all talking about, oh yeah, the universe. I'm like, all right, well, who created that? And don't
Who
nobody
created that?
want to say nothing. Nobody wants
Who
to say
created that?
nothing. They just leave it there.
No, no. I'll tell you what smart left will say. Oh, it was science. Okay.
Oh
So
my
who
God,
created? So then let's go. Let's
who
dig
creates
deeper. Then
science?
who created science? Right.
Thank you,
Right?
thank you.
Who created the technology? Who created all these labs and protocols? I will go that deep in order to
I would
defend
too.
that God is real. I don't care
I
what
would
nobody
too.
say. I don't care.
Yeah.
And the
Yes.
crazy part is, and I'm sorry, BZ, I mean, cut you off. I'm just saying last
Oh no,
point.
you're good.
I'm looking at the floor. Like, I came through a revelation. God, the Holy Spirit came to me in my heart and told me, he said, son, the reason they do not believe in me is because they choose to ignore me.
Yep.
Right? And
Yeah.
people are going to go, oh, so you're trying to say I'm ignorant, that I'm dumb, blah, 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 blah. And I will tell them every single time. Like how I did on my podcast episode. My first episode when I do the God's real
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah.
literally said, no, I'm not sitting here saying you're dumb or I'm better than you or smart. It has nothing to do with competition. It has everything to do with you choose to ignore God. Simply put, you don't want nothing to do with God.
Yep.
That's why
You
you're
don't want to
saying I don't
acknowledge it.
believe in God.
You don't want to acknowledge it, but yet it's being seen all around you. Everything
Literally,
all around you.
multiple signs. Multiple signs.
Yeah.
I
All
can't
around.
even fathom the idea of having how many times do you get people 15 to 20 people coming at you talking about yo God is real, God wants to save your life, and you say no to every single time,
Yep.
15 to 20 times. That's insane. And that's if
Yeah.
God's not real, why are you approached that many times, bro?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, go ahead, BZ.
So many places you was at where you wasn't supposed to be at. It was a shootout there, or you got sick, you didn't die with COVID, but there was a lot of other people who died.
Talk
You
about
know what I'm
it.
saying? Being all of that extra stuff. Like you got COVID, you ain't died, but you know somebody across the street that got COVID that passed away. It's a different situation,
Talk
bro.
about it.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
don't hype your immune system. Oh yeah, because my immune system is because I ate rice. Man, come on, bro.
Now check this out, and this might make you feel low key emotional, but when I tell you this, I had a coworker weeks ago. Me and her had a great one talk. We always talk with each other about guy outside of work. I don't even care if I'm at work. I'm gonna talk about guy any way I can, right? Me and her was talking, and she shared, how her husband. So she told me before her husband has cancer. I forget what kind of cancer that he has, but he has cancer, right? And he's pulling through, doing the best way that he can. He can only do so much, things like that. And she was venting me about some issues that she was going on with all of that. And she had talked to him about encouragement and getting him motivated to do things that he can do in spite of his condition or whatever he has. And she used an example about a pastor's wife who was said to have by far the worst cancer you could ever get. I believe it was terminal cancer, like terminal ill cancer, something like that, right? And she said the woman was obviously not looking the best, at the time of how she was going through it. But the one thing that she decided to do was take photos of herself when she was healthy, right? I
Right.
thought this was very powerful. She took all her photos and put it across, like I want to say on the wall or something like that. And then she said she was able to live another 30 years
Wow.
prior to passing away. Tell me that's not God, bro.
Yeah,
And they
it
and
is.
when they had to go to the hospital and ask her what happened, they're like, man, she just went into remission. But she
Yep.
didn't. But she kept her faith in God, bro. I
Yep.
got more stories too, but you know what I'm saying. You can't tell me God's not real, bro. No one can tell
Yeah.
me.
It don't make sense.
You
It,
can't
it
tell me,
don't
bro.
make it don't make it don't make sense. Like this is not universe stuff that can be done. It's
Yeah, bro.
because the universe. Every time I check on the universe, all I think is the stars, the moon. You got Jupiter, Mars. That's what I think about when I think of the universe. So I'm like, y'all
I
talking
think
about stuff
you
that
know.
ain't even here.
I think they talk about Mars. Go down to Mars. Your
Yeah.
places to Mars. Or something.
I'm like, come on, man. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, this stuff is just it's crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
man. The universe gave me another chance, another opportunity. What? I'm like, all
What's
right, you
your
got.
yo? Let me ask you. What's your opinion when it comes to like people who say they be dealing with their chakras? Like as black people, we got the chakras, the
I
third
try.
eye stuff.
I try not to. I try not to speak on it. I was in a situation where that person was really big on that stuff, and
mm,
I checked it out and see what it was about, and it just didn't line up to what I was on. It just didn't.
mm,
I was just like, I don't know what this is. This seems more witchcraftish to me, but when you look in the deeper
yes.
depths, a lot of people were saying that it ain't really witchcraft for real. People just be labeling it as such and stuff like that. But it's a lot that you know what I'm saying. It's like, bro, it's a rabbit hole for real. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because you do go through those times or go through those periods when we were all brought up a certain way, but then we find out some things we was brought up on wasn't actually the truth. You know what I'm saying? A
Right.
lot of things that
Right.
maybe a pastor that you went to at the church, he might have been preaching this and saying this, and this, when all actuality, that wasn't right. That was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make, but a lot of people use that as an excuse to steer away from God instead of just being like, all right, well, I'll just go find out myself, which that's what you were supposed to do in the beginning.
The whole time.
That's what you were supposed to do, regardless of what he said or regardless of what she said, pastor, male or female. They always say study to show yourself approved. So even whatever they were saying, it didn't matter. You still had to go
Yeah.
and find out if that was legit on your own. You just chose not to, and you took their word as being gold, which I understand
Man,
because I
you
was
know
that
what,
kid too.
bro?
I was that
You know
kid
what,
back in the
bro?
day. Like back in the day, I was just like, yo, he ain't gonna tell me no wrong. That's my pastor. Like,
Yeah.
why would he? He ain't
Yeah.
gonna say nothing bad. Like what? But then
Yeah.
later on down the line. I don't think he purposely told you wrong, but it was just the things that he was saying. He was like, that wasn't right though.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? But people
Mm.
use that as an excuse to be like, all right, well, I'm not going back to church no more or whatever, whatever. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You
No, I
see what I'm
don't.
saying? But they use that as a crutch or they reasoning to not step foot back in the doors. And I'm like, that ain't gonna work. You got to come with something better than
I think it's like this. I think it's like and I'm with you. I think it's like this. It's like I this is where I've come to. You know, it's funny, man. Like, I'll share this because I talked to Rail about this too. I had there was an older what's up, bro? There was an older man I had met back in me and my brother Giselle. We used to go to these things called the man's fellowship, like go to church around Mondays. I think it was like Mondays, Wednesdays, huh? I'm calling busy. I'm calling busy. Oh. What's up? What's up? Tell nigga send me a beat. I'm bad.
he said what?
he said he said send you a
So
beat. He will buy it for you.
I ain't been in the studio. That's the only reason why I ain't sending yet. But I got him. I promise I ain't forgot. I just ain't been in the studio. I really
Yeah.
ain't been in there. But I was supposed to drop that. I was supposed to drop that R&B's album on
I
Valentine's Day,
know. I'm like,
and
what
did not
happened?
do it. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
You
I
know
ain't
what?
been able to go in there.
You know why he didn't want to do it, you guys? Because he wanted to dodge the J Cole smoke from all you fans.
Oh my god, that's funny.
It's in the same month of February.
Uh,
Hey, the 2-6,
yeah,
2-6.
that's a fact. Too
Um,
sick.
no, I'm joking. But anyways, no, I told it to Rail, and Rail was like, and Rail didn't. He commented on it, but he didn't really comment much on it because I guess we were still looking beyond that topic. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get my point across with it, but there was a man I met. I'll never forget. I went to UPS. Just got done handling my business, boom, boom, boom. I come through and I see him and I recognize him. And I'm like, oh, yo. I'm like, what's up, sir? Boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. Beezy, that dude didn't say a single word to me.
Oh wow.
Walked right past me. You could tell someone was probably hurting them, boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. But when people see that, and we're like, yeah, church, go to church, celebrate with the Lord, God's going to be in the house, blah, 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 all this other stuff,
Right.
right? And you see a man that you recognize at church, and it's outside church, and you see what he's doing, and he don't say a thing to you, that's why church hurt tends to happen. Because people are like, oh, it was you. Ain't you supposed to be God's like child and aren't you? But this is how I looked at it back then, and I didn't understand.
Right.
In my mind, I'm like, oh, as Christians, we're supposed to be perfect. I thank God I'm able to live enough life to recognize what it is and what it ain't.
Right.
At that point in time, I'm thinking because you're a brother in Christ, we're supposed to be good to each other all the time. I'm supposed to love you all the time. You're supposed to love me all the time. You're supposed to acknowledge me all the time. I'm supposed to acknowledge you all the time. You're supposed to
Right.
talk to me and warrant a 5 minute, however short conversation it is. But
Yeah.
I didn't put it. But as time has gone on, I've realized no, Josiah, that's not why that is what it is. But you're not perfect either.
Right.
There might be days where you might come around somebody and that person may want to talk to you, and you got
And
a
you don't
single
want to
word to
talk.
say to that person. You don't want to
Yeah.
talk.
You don't want to talk.
Why? Because reality says number one, you're human. That's
Right.
one. And if you're depressed, you're mad, angry, miserable, boom, boom, you ain't gonna want to talk to nobody. You just want to. You probably just want to vent to yourself. Nobody
Right.
else. So I didn't put that into perspective, but at the time I'm like, man, church is fake, and these Christians for real for one claiming about God is fake. You can have that mindset all you want, but that's when you dwell into the world. You're not dwelling on God.
Right.
See, God says at the end of the day, it's like, no, there's only one that was perfect. That was Jesus Christ. Think about how many times Peter had to doubt God
Right.
in human form.
Right.
Doubted him when he walked on water. He doubted him when it came to, saying he doubted, just how he'd be able to do certain things. Jesus was like, why do you lack so much faith? Why?
Yeah.
But it goes to show you he wasn't Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, what's your opinion over that situation? Like when it comes to why you encountered during that time?
Um. Um. Hold on. Is this right? Hold on 1 second.
You good?
What is going on with my Apple Music?
See how we're in a world full of distractions, you guys.
Yeah, you see that? It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I'll fix it later. Anyway, um, when it comes to stuff like that, like I think people forget. Me and Red was talking about this. This I think
Yeah.
is what we would have positions in the church. Mind you, disclaimer: this is not telling anybody to not go to church or do anything of that nature. I'm not telling you to do that. So don't even say that. Beasley told me not to go. I'm not saying that whatsoever because I go to church all the time. But this is the thing:
Mm-hmm.
there's pastors, elders, deacons, teachers, bishops, and nurses, and positioning in the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far musicians and stuff like that as well. Those people are the people that are the doctors, the nurses, the people who
Mm.
push the beds around in the hospital, all of this stuff, right? They
Right.
have positions in the hospital. Catch me. They have
Okay.
positions in the hospital and they get paid at the hospital because that's the position that they have. That's where they're at. That's where they go. The
Right.
hospital. But the patients, they're
Mm.
only there to get healed. Then after
Mm.
that, they can go about their way. A
Mm.
lot of times, people go to church and they be at church every week. My question to all of you is: do you guys like being at the hospital every week. Because if the church is the hospital, after you get to heal, what the heck you doing there? Unless you are one of the physicians.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
that's a
Like
good question.
if you're at the hospital because you're sick because of COVID or things like that, they keep you for a couple days, they give you some medicine, and they send you home.
Right.
The church, they give you a word, then they send you home. You come back to fellowship with the saints. That's what you're supposed to do. Is fellowship with the saints and be amongst your brethren and things like that. And it keeps you grounded. But at the same time, it's not mandatory. If you miss a Sunday, you're not wrong. If you miss
Yeah.
a Bible study, you're not
Right.
wrong. You know what I'm saying? Life
That's
still goes on.
a
You
fact,
are
though.
the church. Since
That's a
you are the
fact.
since you are the church, it has nothing to do with the church building unless you are one of those positions. One of the
Talk about
pastors,
it.
one of the elders, one of the deacons, one of the nurses, one of the musicians, because those are the people who need to keep the church functioning every week. That's why they're
Mm,
there every week. But if you're not in that position, how y'all doing? But if you're not in that position, what's up? But if you're not in that position, why do you feel that you're wrong because you didn't go that week?
mm,
Why? Because you missed that Bible study. Why did you? Why you
about
feel
it.
you wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody
Yeah.
go. Everybody has that moment. I done had that moment plenty of times. People they pulled up on
Oh,
me.
I'm a
I didn't
thousand
want to say
percent.
hi to nobody. I didn't want to say hi to nobody. I'm like, bro, what? What do you want? They're like, oh, why you got that type of attitude? I'm like, bro, I might be going through something right now. I'm human, bro. I'm not allowed. Is that what you're telling me? I'm not allowed to feel away. Like, what if my
Mm,
mom is in the hospital? What if my brother is in the hospital? What if
talk
somebody in
about
my
it.
family just passed away?
Talk
I'm
about it.
supposed to still be cheered. No, I'll try. I'll try,
Right.
but I'm human.
Right.
I'm
Right.
human. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yes.
my boss just got on my nerves at the job. You know what I'm saying? I'm just walking home with an attitude because my boss sent me home early because we ain't had no work and I needed this extra money for the bills at the house or something like that.
Hmm.
Nobody understands that. They just come to you and
Especially
expect
when
to.
when things don't go exactly like according to plan, you're just like, bruh, like why didn't it go according to plan? And you'll wrestle with that for like probably like the whole dang on day, bro.
Yeah, and
Like I've been there, bro. Oh my god.
people just expect it to just be
Oh
peaches and
my god.
no, bro. It's not like that. It ain't like
Yes.
that, bro.
Like one of the things I get asked at my job, and I
Well, it's my
love
best
and
friend.
hate this question. I love and hate this question. But at the same as that time, I also am willing to understand the question even when it's asked to me. And BB, can you guess what that question is?
Boy, say it again.
How are you?
Yeah,
I absolutely can't stand being asked that question.
and
I
you
can't
want to know
stand it.
why?
I
You
can't
know,
stand it. How are you
you want to
doing?
know
I
why?
can't stand that question. Oh my
Yeah, you
god.
want to know why the reasons. One of the reasons. One of the main reasons why people don't like that question. In which,
Why?
because I'm in agreement. I understand what you're saying. I don't like the question either.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody can ask you that question. After they ask you that question, they should be allowed to ask you, or no. Matter of fact, I like it better like this. Are you a liar? You be like, no, I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. All right, then let me ask you, how are you? I guarantee you ain't gonna tell me the truth. This is the reason why people get frustrated when somebody asks them how they doing. They don't want to tell them. Every time you say you fine, you lying. You're not telling the truth.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
You're not
Yeah,
telling the truth.
exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
That's
Because
why.
it's like the
That's why the
world.
easy answer is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm fine or I'm blessed.
I'm all
Because
right.
at the end
I'm
of the day,
okay.
regardless of
I'm
what you're going
good.
through, you're still blessed at the end of the day. It's the only answer that makes sense. But when you say you fine, no, you're not. You got all them bills stacked
No,
up at the crib. You're not fine. You're not none of that. But you're
you can
lying.
read my face and tell I'm not fine. Oh, I'm fine. But if I'm
Exactly.
coming into work where I look like I'm angry at something, you can tell my body language I'm lying to you.
That's a fact.
It's that simple.
It really is.
It really is. You know
Oh,
what I'm
he
saying?
confessed his offense.
That's why I can't stand being asked that question because I don't know whether or not I should tell the truth or I should lie about it.
Yeah,
Should I tell the
that's
truth?
why.
Should I lie? Should I tell the truth? Should I lie? But then I
Yeah,
also understand it's the enemy's way of tricking me. Okay, when I'm asked the question, what should I say in order to speak life into me? And what God's been able to have me say is like, Josiah, just say you're good. Oh, I'm rich. Oh, I'm doing great. Oh, I'm doing awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Just say that. Why? Because even if I'm not doing awesome or I'm not doing great or I'm not being rich, quote unquote, if I speak life into me, I'm going to be all right.
right.
So it's the enemy's way of tricking us to make us go, oh, I'm doing okay. I'm upset right now. So then you be upset the rest of the day.
Yeah,
That's the enemy's way of tricking you, bro.
this is the truth.
Yep. Who playing Chris Brown, man?
That's on the radio because my
Oh,
Apple Music is just kicked out, and they're saying like my password has changed. I don't know what's going on my phone. Wow,
my mom's face playing In the Sands, bro. She's playing that song like almost every day, bro.
really?
Yeah, she loves that record, bro. She was trying to do the dance and everything. I was like, Mom, stop. Mom,
Yeah,
sit
that
down, please.
yeah, that
Sit down,
song
man.
is fire.
You know what I'm saying? I had people on my job doing. I had people at UPS dancing to that song.
Yeah, that song is that song is hard.
Yes.
Where is my? I gotta figure this out.
People be forgetting Bryson Tiller's on that song too. I don't know
Yes,
why he don't give him credit.
it's Chris. Don't nobody care if Bryce on there. And
But
it's
Bryson
crazy
Tiller
because
though is a dude though.
Bryce didn't do bad. That's what I'm like, bro. Like, what we doing?
I know,
That's
man.
like that's like J Cole being on the track with Wayne.
Yes.
We're like, yeah, we know Wayne is on there, but I mean that's J Cole. Come
Facts.
on. Or it could be the
Facts.
other way around and be like, well,
Yeah.
it's Wayne. That's Wayne, but I know
I'm
J Cole's
telling
on
you,
there,
I'm
but that's
like, yo,
Wayne.
because at first I thought he was on the remix on that song. I'm like, no, that's it. No, he's actually on the full
No,
song.
he's on the
But yeah,
song.
Chris Brown's getting
He
all
got
that
the
damn
second
credit. I'm like,
verse.
I get it, but I'm like, Tiller is on the same song too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
y'all
He
like,
got the
he
second
is that
verse.
dude. Bro, his verse was fire too.
His verse is fire.
Yes, Bryson Tiller's verse, man, come on, bro.
Yeah, Bryson Tiller did his thing
Stop
on
playing with
this.
Tiller, bro.
Yeah, Bryson Tiller definitely did his thing on this. That's why
That's
I
my
don't understand
guy.
when people be tripping.
That's my guy. I remember like listening to trap show like on the way to school and getting out of school like had to walk
Yeah,
all the way to my place, man. Like that album's a classic, bro. That
yeah,
first classic album. That first Chiller album, man. It's fire.
fire, facts.
But
Yeah,
but yeah, bro. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? People are like, either you want to receive God for yourself or you don't want to receive God. It's your choice. You know what I'm saying? God did give us all, at the end of the day, God gave you free will, right? You want to go right here and not acknowledge the fact you're given all this time and all this opportunity to do what you got to do and not give him, which is why I love what Mark Henry did. When Mark Henry was talking about Black History Month, but also give praise to God and scriptures on the social media.
oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that he was doing that because he's come out and said he's a Christian, right? I've heard him say he's a Christian a couple of times when he was on Bust Open Radio. I think he talked to somebody about God. Oh, matter of fact, I'll never forget. There was an interview with Bust Open Radio where they had what's name, Big Cass. He was on there,
Really?
and
I
yeah,
think I know. I never. I didn't watch it, but I seen that he was on
yeah, it was about a few years back. I want to say this is I started watching Bust Up Radio. I want to say in 2020 or 2019, probably late 2019, and I've been following them ever since. I love their content, little Bo Ray, Bully Ray, all them was all about. But they had what's name, Big Cass on there, and yes, Mark Henry talked about how he's a Christian and how he loves Jesus and boom, boom. Like he don't mind bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a believer. I don't know about Tommy, Bully, or Dave. I think they all kind of like non-believers per se. That's
there.
going them. You know what I mean? With it. Um, see, here he goes. Here goes Tiller. Oh, never mind. That's just the
No,
Usher.
that was yeah. No,
That's the Usher
yeah,
song.
that was
That's some nice and slow, right?
yeah. That's nice and slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Discover new music now, powered by
The
Google.
All
only
right.
the
Oh,
only people in my
except for
family
this is
that
not
can't stand
working.
that song is my
Danger?
brother and my sister.
Remember, one
But they
call,
don't know no better.
that's all. Only on
That's
Magic
crazy.
91
They don't know the
Jam.
better though. They young. They don't know nothing about Chris Brown, bro. You know,
I
they
know.
too young, man. They too young, bro.
That's crazy.
They were like my mama annoyed them last year when she kept playing Not Like Us. No, it was like 2 years ago.
She was playing They Not Like Us.
My mom
The
loved that
Kendrick.
record, bro. She loves that
Man,
record.
man,
She was
I ain't,
playing Not Like Us. She
I
played.
ain't heard that joint since the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, I don't even
I
listen to it no
right.
more. I know that
She
song's still
played
fire, but
that.
I haven't
Let me
heard it in so
see. Oh, it's
long.
a fire joint, bro. That song's hard. And then he did. My mom also liked. She likes Peekaboo. She likes Hey Now.
Hey,
And
you
she
know they
played
got Who the F is You on the radio right now, right? That's the song that J.
Is
Cole
it
chose
really
to
on the
push.
radio now? Oh
It was just
snap!
on while we was talking earlier. Who the F
Fire.
is you? Who the F is you?
Mm,
Yeah, yep,
mm.
yeah.
Yup.
That was the one where he
Oh,
was like
and she likes the mustard joint, the mustard one, but the
oh yeah,
mustard.
that joint's crazy.
Yeah, bro. She plays that all the
Yeah,
time.
that joint's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, J. Cole's doing great. You know they gave him. You know they gave him a low rate on his album, bro.
Disrespect.
Very disrespectful. But that album is fire, bro. You know what's weird though? Matter of fact, I gotta bring this up. We gonna talk about. We gonna get to another a convo right quick. Why is Kendrick Lamar always getting A pluses on his albums, but Drake and J Cole got himself a C plus or B plus?
I don't have the answer for that. I don't have the answer for that.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder, don't it though? Like you harsh critics that's out there want to be giving like people all this other stuff on the bar, but then y'all want to go right in and say like, nah, they ain't. They're not on Kendrick Lamar's level in terms of how he does his albums. So Drake and J Cole's albums are always going to be misreviewed, be good reviewed, boom and boom, but they can't never get an A plus, an A minus,
I,
or just a simple strong A.
I
Mm.
think it's because I don't know. This is my opinion. I think it's because Kendrick sets the standard and he meets it every time he drops. Everything that everybody expects from Kendrick, they get it. When Wayne, we expected the Carter Six, we didn't get it. Well, we didn't get what we was looking for. The first listen on the J. Cole, some people was like they didn't get it. Second, they're like, yo, we got it. But Kendrick is instant. As soon as we know Kendrick is boom, and he's gonna give it to us. Boom. Never one first take. We like, no, this was a classic. Right out the gate. They didn't have to listen to it twice or three times to get it. We got it.
Not
Everybody
for
else is
Kendrick.
like, I don't know. Like
Not
that
for Kendrick.
GNX.
I think people were saying Butterfly when Butterfly first came out. He said it was a classic, and Kendrick Lamar he appreciated that. Sim he did an interview with Breakfast Club. He said he appreciated people saying that. He said I don't want you guys to call my album a classic yet. He said that's not fair. He said give it some time to listen to it. And I will be honest, when Butterfly first came out, I was like, sucker, I don't know what you're doing with this album, but this ain't it for me. I don't
But
know.
that's
This is not
but
because this is no hip hop album for me.
how many albums has he dropped that you said that to though? J. Cole didn't have a miss in none of his albums. So when this one came out, they
Right.
expected
Kendrick didn't have
Forest
one
Hill
too.
Drive.
Drake
But
definitely has had misses. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, bro.
but
Like
but
Drake has had misses.
the difference is Kendrick didn't say I worked on this project for 10 years.
Well, yeah, for the fall off.
That's the difference.
Yes.
I think that everything is ranked differently if J. Cole would have just dropped the music and kept his mouth closed on how long it took to create it. Because the second time I listened to it, instant classic. But if I would have listened to it the first time, it would have been instant classic. If I hear somebody that put in work for 10 years, I expect amazing work. If this person has been wrestling for 20 years and he finally made it to the WWE, I expect him to be through the roof. Because you've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
I expect you to be as good as Seth Rollins. 20 years, I accept you to be on that type of level.
Yeah.
I want us to look at the WWE and be like, bro, y'all should have called him up a long time ago because of how good you are.
Mhm.
And be like, yeah, well, I trained for this. I've been doing this for 20 years. Of course. Okay. Yeah. I give you that. But if you're not telling me that, you just come there, then it's different. I
Mm-hmm.
expected when you told me that. That's why I think that that was the only downside of J. Cole. Even though I feel it lived up to the 10 years after I listened to it for the second time and on. But the first time I just was like, nah, don't say that no more, bro. Just do it.
Completely understandable. Completely understandable. I mean, yeah, I think. Well, I think his job was to basically say at the end that he wanted to get it off across like promotional work, and a lot of times albums tend to do that. A lot of times when they're trying to promote an album, I think Cole. I'm in agreement in the sense that he should have just shared more of the theme that was going to be addressed towards the album. Like what,
Right.
like could you give us like a hint as to what could we expect from the fall off, rather than you saying that outright, oh, this is a classic. Let us listen to the album and then let us determine whether or not
And then
you're
say
telling
that.
the truth. Right, exactly. But from what it's worth, when I did the album reaction again from top to bottom, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought he crushed it. I thought at the end of the day, he did what he set out to do. Do I put it again over Forest Hills Drive? Do I put it over KOD? Do I put it over 4 Yards Only? Do I put it over maybe Born Center? Um, Probably no,
No.
right? But at the same as that time, if I listen to J. Cole's catalog for myself, and then I go, if I take at least 2 3 days to sit with both his albums, and I listen to the fall off by the end, and I'm like, yo, you might have a point, right? But that's only if I'm able to give it that much time and to be for me to go right here and do that, right? If I don't, it's kind of hard for me to say this album wasn't boom 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 boom. I think Cole's I don't think Cole was saying that he didn't already have a classic. I think Cole was trying to say that he definitively wanted to make a classic. So to him, I think the fall off for him may have felt like a classic once he was done and finished with. That's great. Just don't tell us that. And
Don't, yeah,
BB's
don't
reasoning
tell us that.
and BB's reasoning is it's not because it's you can't say it's not that. You can already know it's that. But to tell the world that, now the world's going, oh, this album better be crazy. This album finna be top 5, top
Yeah,
10.
you
It's
know,
gonna
yeah.
be album of the year, Grammy nominated, blah blah blah. So you're coming with high expectations, and then on top of that, not only that, you're also coming off of a pretty high. What's the old saying? A high. What's the oh gosh? A high profile feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and you apologize. So you got
Yeah.
fans who are like, yeah, we love Cole, but at the same time, Cole, you messed up and crushed our hearts for hip hop. Now, me personally, I'm not one of those fans. But for some fans, they're kind of like Cole got to redeem himself. So, okay, you talking about this album gonna be a classic. Oh, the pressure is on, bro. But I think Cole, but I tell you one thing I think that Cole did that was very smart. He teased the album a little bit more when he gave us the mixtape.
And the
That was
mixtape
smart.
actually, I think
That
the
was smart.
mixtape killed the vibe of people with the apology. 'Cause he talked about all of it.
Absolutely.
So that's what. So
Absolutely.
he gave everybody a clear mind going into the album
Yup.
because he already knew that they were going to be thinking about he was going to say something about the apology on the album. And I'm like, well, I don't want to waste his album based off of an apology. So let me go ahead and do this mixtape about the apology right quick, and then so y'all can have a clear mind a week later because I'm gonna drop the album with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
See, my thing is, what if Kendrick Lamar had that GNX 6? I mean, that GNX album 10 years ago. He made it 10 years ago, but he didn't tell us. And we're like, yo, this is an instant classic. What if he come out a year later? He's
Facts.
like, bro, you know I recorded that in 2016. What would we
Yeah.
say then? That's what I'm saying. Like, what would we say? We were like, bro, dude, this joint was fire, and he recorded it in 2016. That would have made it even more of a banger.
Yeah, because you would, because then, yeah, if something like that would have came out, then it would have made like, oh, you already knew you was saying something that was dope. You ain't even have
Exactly.
to, you didn't necessarily have to promote it. But
Exactly.
this is how Kendrick Lamar operated very smartly. He didn't tell nobody he dropped an album.
Exactly.
He didn't tell nobody. When GNS came out, it was a surprise release album. We were like, whoa, Kendrick dropped an album?
Exactly.
Like, oh, shoot.
Exactly.
So when that album came out, I said, oh, I'm already on it. And on top of that, I was working around the time, bet. I took my laptop. I said, shoot, I'm gonna go right here and record this off of horrible yard quality. By the way, that stream yard get your boy dirty for a little bit with the camera quality, but it's all good. Went ahead and did the album reaction, and then I remember saying to myself, "Oh, this album is fire, bro. This album is fire, bro."
Yeah, exactly.
Right, immediately, I was like, "This album is too dang on fire." Like, the first track was dope,
Immediately.
second track, third track, fourth track, and then before I know it, I'm listening to Mustard. I'm listening to this man do crazy things with
Running
his
back,
vocals,
Luther,
running in back
all of
multiple
that.
times, cracking up,
Everything. I'm
laughing.
like, yo.
Yes, Kendrick had me laughing throughout that album too. Like, that man was
Yeah,
funny. That
it
man
was
said,
wild.
no, when I first heard Hate Now, that man said, it was like, and then he said, he was like, "Oh yeah, baby." He said the D word. He said DAMN. He
Yeah,
said, "Damn, baby." I was cracking up. I was like, "Wait
yeah,
a minute, what is this?" And then that became man, boom, boom, pop, pop.
yeah.
I said, "Oh, okay,
It was
okay, what is
crazy.
this?" You know?
Ain't
But
no.
yeah, GNS was
He was
wild.
just
That was
wilding.
fire.
It was just wilding.
But you know what though? Kendrick did set a tone this year. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Cole's album was still great. I don't care nobody say. I want now with but before I get to what I have to say next, Kendrick Lamar is by far right now the most awarded Grammy award-winning rapper ever at the Grammys with 27 Grammy wins. Right? I don't see nobody
Hopefully
else going
nobody's
to take
catching that.
him off.
Yeah, nobody's ever catching that.
I don't think nobody's gonna ever touch that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. With that said, with Cole coming out with this album, I saw what Drake. Now we gotta talk about this. We talk about this like off the camera, but we gonna talk about this right now. Drake, Drake,
Yeah.
Drizzy, Drake, Mr. Iceman, Drake. Okay, all right. BZ and shout out to BZ. Shout out to my brother over here. You know what I'm saying? Have father to you, BZ. You cooking? Send me a record that Drake was teasing from we had to listen to it, and I watched it, and I listened to what Drake had it come up with, and I said to myself, nah, nah, nah. We can't come like that, Drake. We can't come like that, Drake.
And
We got
Rail
something.
even said that. Because
Huh?
Rail liked the Iceman movie things that he was dropping. He was like, man, that stuff was fire. I'm like, boy, stop. But then when I sent him this, he sent me the shake my head emoji. And I talked to him over the phone, and he was like, yeah, Drake, this ain't it. I hope you not coming like this. I was like, I hope not either. I hope Drake comes up with a whole new rap style or something else. Because this ain't going to be doing it. This ain't going to do it.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
And the crazy thing is the reactors were actually liking, like, oh, we like this song. I'm like, y'all like that song?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Mm.
It sounds
Okay.
like typical Drake.
I said, okay. Yeah.
It sounded
Yeah,
just
very,
like
very,
typical
very
Drake.
typical Drake, by the way. Very typical Drake.
So much Drake. I'm like, bro, this sounds like Drake for real. Like the normal Drake that we knew before he got caught up in whatever he was caught up in. The same Drake. I'm like, come on, bro.
I said, Drake, come on, bro. Like, and then rumor has it that you already dissing J. Cole too, and you trying to come out, you trying to come back with that energy?
Yeah, he trying to come back with that energy, and then somebody said something like 3 days ago that and another song he dissed Kendrick in it. And I was just like, well, here we go. I think Kendrick said a
Right, I'm
verse,
like, bro,
verse
like,
about him on
move
Baby
on, like,
Keem
you
album.
lost.
Yeah, on Baby Keem album, I think Kendrick got another verse for Drake on there from what I heard. I'm like, here we go, bro. I'm done with that. Kendrick said
I'm so done with
no
this shit,
second
bro.
runs.
I'm
He
so
said
done
no.
with this shit, bro.
Kendrick said no second runs or no duels or something. So I'm like, why are you still talking to him?
Yes. Yeah, right. Kendrick Lamar did say that. He said no to second rounds.
Yeah, like, why are you talking to him?
Yeah, he sure did.
We're done with him. We're done with him, bro. He's done. Why are you talking to him?
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. Listen, Drake, you lost, bro. Take your L.
Take your L, keep it moving. It makes some more
music.
music.
You lost, bro. Listen, you lost.
Because the game needs Drake. I'm like, man,
the crazy part is, and before everyone goes, no, push-ups was a better beat than Euphoria, or Family Match was a better beat than Meet the Grams, or I like what he
He
was
lost
doing
it.
with the freaking Heart Part 6. It was way better than Part 6 on Kendrick's GNX album. Before you say
Still
all of that,
lost.
before you say all that, which by the way, no, we already knew that. No, BC, we already know he lost. It was clear. Before anyone goes right here and say that, let me ask you a question. How do you not necessarily lose, right? When you gotta go ahead and sue a rapper. Who has ever heard a rapper suing another rapper
Yeah,
off of what
that's
was
why.
said off of Not Like Us?
That's why he'll never get it done. He'll never get a win, bro.
And
So
then on top of that, you suing him, you get upset with NBA players supporting him. You
yeah,
try
so
to take
now
even more shots at Kendrick. And then on top of that, you're buying out a whole show in Toronto where you're from for Kendrick's show?
weird,
You gonna
weird,
lose? Mm, mm.
weird.
Drake
He
went
bought
out
he
like a
bought all
sucker,
this.
bro.
He did. He bought all those seats, and Kendrick was like, "Okay, well everybody can come free." Like, come on, bro.
Literally.
Old Drake. That's so
The
foolishness.
dumbest thing ever. I'm like, Drake went out so bad. And you want to talk about somebody who really needs to redeem himself? It ain't J. Cole. J. Cole just apologized. People
Right.
want to be like, Cole, apologize, Cole. Why you have to apologize? Oh, that's not hip hop. What Drake is the embodiment of what's not hip hop.
That's a
What are you
fact.
talking about?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Everything that man did that whole year after he lost against Kendrick was not hip hop. That's not hip
Not at
hop.
all.
Kumo D did not sue this. I don't know who Kumo D had feuded with. L. Cool J didn't sue IC. Big Daddy Kane didn't sue Rakim.
Nope.
Freaking Ice
Nope.
Cube didn't sue NWA.
Nas didn't sue Jay Z.
Who? Nas, right? Nas didn't sue Jay Z. Jay Z didn't sue Nas, especially after Ether.
Yeah, Tybo, all
Like,
of that.
come on, like these
Guilt
rappers were
you.
not suing each other. At least not to our knowledge. We didn't know about this stuff, and if they did, please show me some proof. Because other than that, I ain't seen nobody do that.
Because it didn't happen.
Right.
Mm. There ain't no
I'm
way that
sorry.
happened.
So Drake, so if there's anybody that needs to re-redeem themselves, it's him.
He's
And
not
for
hip
what it
hop.
looks like, I'm sorry, it's not. It's probably not gonna come, bro. Drake has but Drake, hey, yo, I got to salute him though. He got by. He got away with it by like how can I say it? You know how people get hit with the one hit wonder?
Yeah,
He escaped one hit wonder for years.
he definitely did.
This man escaped so many one hit wonder moments where he could have just like fizzled out, right? But you know what? That probably made sense for why he started doing different music. Oh my
Right.
gosh. Oh
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why he started going in different lanes and stuff because the hip hop was starting to be done. Especially when he came in
Yeah.
with the all singing project, we was like, okay, Drake, you ain't got another chance with us. You drop something else like this, it's not gonna work.
And the crazy part is Drake's singing was dope. And then in the beginning it was fire. He was like he was singing high notes or anything like that, but the way he was doing it was dope.
Right.
However,
No
as he
problem.
got older, it
Me
became
too.
apparent he didn't care no more. I'm gonna just sing
Right.
however I want to sing on the record. BZ, for those that don't know, BZ hates it. Honestly, never mind. Hated that
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Definitely. Couldn't
My mom
stand
was
it.
so mad. She was like, "How he gonna freaking sample Flowetry and have him sound like this?" My mom was mad at Drake. She was pissed.
Definitely upset. Was like, man, what is this?
Yup.
What is this?
Mm-hmm. My mom was like, "Nope."
What
Dance off
is
once. She
this?
said, "Nope,
Trying
can't
to
do
give
it."
you an opportunity, man. Trying to give you an opportunity
We're
because you got a
trying.
lot of hits.
We're trying to give you
You got
grace.
a lot of hits. You got a
Yes.
whole lot of hits. I'm trying to give you the opportunity. Trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. And this is how you do me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is how
Yep.
you do me, Drake.
Yep.
And you think we supposed to just be on your side and in your corner all the time? No, brother. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nonsense, bro. Nonsense, Drake. Nonsense, bro. Even with that for all my dogs. Nonsense, Drake. Come on,
Yeah.
bro. Come on, bro. Where is what if you're reading this, it's too late. Where's that? Where are we at, bro? Now, granted, I get it. Now, I get it. When it comes to music, people in people's minds, you're supposed to elevate. You're supposed to be different. You're not supposed to rap about the same stuff and things of that nature.
Right.
But people got to understand this as well. And this is coming from a music artist. This, when it comes to rapping and singing and things of that nature, you got to like what you like. That's it. If you're real
Mm-hmm.
big on storytelling, then rock with the storytellers. Don't make your favorite rapper become a storyteller because that's what you like. Just let your favorite rapper rap the way that he like, or rap the way that she like, and whenever you in the mood to listen to that type of music, go listen to them. Because a lot of
Mm.
times people expect their favorite rappers to level up, when in all actuality, the style that they're rapping, that's just who they are.
That's a fact.
You know
That's a
what I'm
fact.
saying? That's just who they are. Like for example, like okay, Josiah is a big fan of rappers and storytelling. Nothing
I
wrong
am.
with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nas tells some of the best stories. Tupac
Yes.
is dope on the stories.
Yes.
Biggie Smalls, storyteller. J. Cole, storyteller. Facts. That's legit.
Yes.
But if Josiah's favorite rapper is Andre 3000, he can't make Andre 3000 do what he loves to do.
Facts.
He'll just have to listen to Andre 3000 when he's not in the mood to listen to storytelling.
Facts.
But when I'm in the mood, that's why when you listen to music, you gotta have categories what you listen to. You can't expect
Mm-hmm.
everything from one artist
Yeah.
because one artist ain't gonna be good at every lane.
1,000%.
You see what I'm saying?
One
Like
thousand.
Jay Z,
One
Jay
thousand
Z,
percent.
dope is telling stories. He don't got
Yes.
punchlines like Ludacris and them. He's
Heck,
not like that.
Heck, you know.
But Ludacris can't tell stories like Jay Z though. He might do it once, but he can't do it for a whole album.
Yes.
That's not who he is. That's why it's
Yes.
like, you know what? I like J. Cole. I like Ludacris. I like Andre. I like this. That's when you get multiple rappers and multiple artists that you like. But some people
Mm-hmm.
punish artists because, oh, I don't hear no growth. I'm like, what you want him to do? Start telling stories? Like, he's never been a storyteller. Why are you making him tell a story now?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, bro.
That's a
You
fact.
want
This
him?
is a fact.
Oh no, he's not growing. He still sounds like he was last year. That's who he was. We expect Jeezy to give us better product. How? Jeezy the Snowman's gonna forever be Jeezy the Snowman, bro. Ain't no different. Man, right when and the back that y'all remember when Jeezy dropped that album, that
Yes.
last album, did we not say it was terrible? Did we? The reason why we said it was terrible. The reason why we said, hold
This
on,
is a
well,
fact. I forgot about that.
but
You're
the
right.
reason
You sure
why
did.
the reason why we said it was terrible is because we're used to Jeezy the Snowman. I got the
Mm-hmm.
flow, man. Yeah, all that. So when you change as far as your mindset and as far as how you live your life, like I don't think Jeezy's a drug dealer or nothing like that no more and stuff like that, which is good. Good, you know what I'm saying? God bless him for that. He elevated. He's not the same guy. But
Right.
that don't mean that we're going to listen to the new elevated clean Jeezy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Now I'm not telling you to go back and listen or go back and re-record some of the old ways that you was on. You just have to
Right.
accept the fact that everybody's not going to accept that change that you just presented to us.
And to Beats' credit, here's the other thing. If you want someone's life story, watch a movie.
Exactly.
Watch a movie. Watch a movie. Watch a
Exactly.
TV show, which gives you so many seasons for a character's arc, for them to grow from how they were from back then to where they are at now. From how a bad guy can be redeemed to a good guy, or a good guy can be redeemed can probably morph into a bad guy. If you want someone to be for their life stories to be told, watch a show that will give you that. You don't always
Right.
have to be putting into your music. Now, the only reason why I say me personally, what I've said, like I would love for Lil Wayne to like highlight where he's at now. You ain't. I'm
Right.
not saying Wayne got to do a whole album talking about what it was like for him to have kids for the very first time, and then what it was like for this, boom, 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 and blah blah blah. You want that for Wayne? Ask him in interviews. You don't need that for an album.
Yeah, you need the
But
30 for 30.
but at the very least, what I want from Wayne is to be able to be like, yo, like, let me bear out my soul on the record, but it's also going to still be Wayne. I'm still going to still give you bars, boom, 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 boom. I'm just now tying it into real life. That's all I've asked for Wayne. But at the same time, I've also understood to just accept for what I get. To be this point, accept for what you
Right.
get. Right
Right.
now, this is the thing about artistry that I was noticing about J. Cole's album with the Fall Off. He tapped into what was sonically good and what was sonically like for him, and what I could tell that he's able to appreciate and just love and have fun with his music. That's why to me the Fall Off works, because it's like J. Cole's like, I'm gonna embrace who I am from what I was then to where I am at now, and guess what? Just vibe with it.
That's it.
There wasn't really no like the Fall had some themes, yes, but you weren't going. The whole Fall album was from top to bottom. Was J. Cole saying this about his life to this part about his life, blah blah blah. Now there's a video analysis on YouTube that I'm gonna watch about J. Cole's Fall Off, and I'm gonna watch it because it was interesting. But besides that, it's okay for every once in a while to just do an album where you're just having fun. You're just being able to have fun, vibe, boom, 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 put it out, let people enjoy it. And then
Right.
there are going to be albums where life has happened. The reason why I appreciate J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar is because they've understood that because life has happened. One reason why I love how Cole and Kendrick do their music is they take their time. See, Drake always rushed his music. He
Right.
always rushed getting the chart topper, where it was the chart toppers, whether it was him being able to do this number, get this X amount of money, blah, 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 which salute to him. He's hustling. I respect it. But at the same as that time, you milked your music so much to the point where people started to recognize, oh, you got this error with this problem. You got this mistake right here. Oh, you're not really good at this. And I
Right.
think what J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar realized was, we're not just going to put out anything for the sake of anything. We're going to take our time. You want to
Right.
hear us? Go to our features. We'll be on this dude's song and rap, blah blah blah. We'll wait it out. And then when we give you the album, oh, you know what time it is, right?
Right.
Every single time. People always say this: when J. Cole drops, the world stops. When Kendrick Lamar drops, the world stops. People don't say that for Drake.
It's a fact.
Never. They never say that for Drake. Why? Because Drake puts it out too much. He's way too consistent. And Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are like, that's great for you to be consistent, but tap into your life some more. You just came out
Right.
with one dope album. Now the pressure is on for you to do well on your next album, and then your next album, and then your next album, and it never stops.
Right.
But Drake doesn't care about the pressure. He cares too much about the money, the cultural impact he'll have when it comes to how people will appreciate what he offers instead of what are you doing for the community, bro?
Right.
Because when Black Lives Matter was at an all-time high and George Floyd had passed around, I remember seeing J. Cole outside with his mask on, supporting the movement. I remember seeing Kendrick Lamar out there supporting the movement. Where were you? Now we get a little
Right.
deeper with it. But my
Right.
point is, you didn't do that. So because you didn't do that, that's why people go Cole, Kendrick, Drake, move.
Right.
That's what they do every freaking time because they don't want, because that's how fans look at this. If fans are emotionally invested in you, the reason why I'm a fan of J. Cole is because J. Cole, you can tell he offers emotional investment.
Yep.
If I listen to you and Rail, by the way, shout out to Rail. I listened to Love Yourself the other day. I was listening to Love Yourself while I was at work. When I listen to you guys, I'm like, there's no emotional investment for me to listen to y'all music because I'm already invested with you guys personally over the phone.
Right. Right.
We talk all the time, even if it's not on the phone. If I'm seeing you through a FaceTime, I talk with Rail. So because I have that connection, there's already that investment. There's no need for me to be like, I need to learn about Rail on this. I need to learn about Rail on that. BZ, I need to know how childhood BZ was like. Tell me how you were when you were 10 years old. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. if it's already been told to me? You know who doesn't even know that? People who don't know BZ like you. Who don't
Right.
know? I'm sorry, who don't know you? You see what I'm saying? Like, so again, I'm going a little too deep with this, but my point is, there's certain artists that can tap into that, and there's certain artists that don't need to tap into it. I think Jadakiss didn't do albums where he was technically giving you his life story all the time like that. Fab wasn't doing it either. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
50 Cent was kind of like doing it to a degree, right? Rich died trying, but then I think 50 started to recognize, like, I'm gonna say some more stuff, but then since I'm also gonna do it like this. Remember when 50 and Jay Z, not Jay Z, but him and Kanye was doing that whole competing over the album sales?
Yeah, that was stupid, but I think that was I think they both planned that mess.
Yeah, like I'm gonna outsell you, you gonna outsell me. I was like, okay,
Yeah, that was dumb to me. That was dumb to
yeah.
me.
What was your opinion when that all was happening? Like around time, like was you like
I
when
think it
you
was
first
just
did it?
I think it was for album sales. I think they did it for album sales. I was like, man, this okay, so everybody is doing different things for album sales now. You know what I'm saying? Faking beats for album sales. I was
So
just never
be
sold.
honest. Which album did you listen to first?
50. I
Yeah,
listened to 50 first.
since you doing
And
it.
I listened to yeah,
Yes.
I was all over that 50. That 50 was
I
different.
get money. I get money. Money. That
Yeah.
was my joint. That was my joint. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. That was my joint, boys.
Yeah, that
But
joint hit different.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
I get
yeah,
it.
man.
I get it.
That's
I get
hard
it.
too.
I get it.
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah.
joint was crazy. All right, New York. That joint was
Money, money.
crazy. I
Yes,
was like,
sir.
oh
Yes,
my
sir.
gosh, this dude is a fool, bro.
Yeah, yep, yep. There was somebody mentioning about Lloyd Banks recently. Man, let me ask you, bro. Like, we in 2026. Oh, speaking of which, besides Drake, Kendrick Lamar, drop another album, please. I would love to hear another Kendrick album this year. I don't care. I want to hear it. Um,
Yeah,
because
everybody want another Kendrick this year.
sorry. Go ahead, take it. I was gonna use it for later, but I'll take it. I'll probably get around to it.
All
All right,
right, New York.
Ron New York. What has hip hop come to, bro? Do you
I don't
want?
know.
What do you think in rap people need to do more of than anything else? Like, do you do you think hip hop should stay where it's at and not necessarily change in terms of like how like, in terms of like evolution, or do you feel like
As
there gotta
far
be
as
some
what?
artists
What you
that
mean?
come out? Like, do you want a shift to happen in hip hop? Should or better yet, should a shift happen in hip hop in your opinion?
Hold on, my bad. What I mean, what you mean? I mean,
Like
a shift as far as what?
like maybe a new
Um,
wave, a new trend, artists coming out being different, being able to be a lot more open
um,
on this topic, that topic,
good
things that we
question.
have never heard before. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good question. That's a good question. I don't. To me, uh, it's not a. I don't think it's. I don't think it's one of those things that you can plan. I think
Mm.
hip hop just happened because somebody said something and everybody adapted to it. Like the way that rail. I mean, the way that rail raps a little bit. You can hear Drake in him, but Drake rapped that way. That way that when he was merging all the words together and all that stuff, everybody wasn't rapping like that until Drake did that. When
Hmm.
Drake did it, not saying everybody copied Drake rapping skills, but what they did was they added it to their arsenal. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think hip hop. I think as far as hip hop is concerned, hip hop can't never be changed. But
Hmm.
because like for example, with Future, they said that Future created mumble rap. Now that's a part of hip hop. That people like it or don't. But the fact of the matter is, it was something brand new
that was presented. Did people accept it? Yeah or no? To a point, people was like, bro, if you wasn't doing music like that, your music wasn't hot. But
Mm.
now, and it fell off. Same thing when all hip hop dudes was making all dance joints, lean with it, rock with it. That was a season. All a part of hip hop. So you can add stuff in all you want to. It's just if the fans is gonna take to it and be like, yo, that's fire or that's not fire. But if it's not
Yeah,
fire, it don't matter because hip hop still gonna be hip hop. You can't
I
stop it.
was. I
You go
remember.
back to the original, which is rapping.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it is. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I was.
You'll like a
Yeah.
little bit of stuff that's not rap.
Mhm.
You'll like it and be like, okay, this is cool, and you'll be cool with it for about a year or two. And then after that, you like, where the bars? Take me back. And there you have it. So yeah,
What
y'all
was the
had
name of
y'all
that?
season.
Oh yeah, never mind. I know their name. Okay, remember D4L, the
Yeah,
Laffy Taffy.
yeah. Shake the laughing taffy, the laughing
And
taffy,
then,
yeah, the laughing taffy. Yeah, I remember all of that. In my head, I'm
I
like, what the
can't
heck is
believe we had a
this?
song like that existed back in the day. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But you know
In my
what?
head, I'm like, what the heck is this? But the branch of hip hop created branches. And
Yeah,
what I mean by that
that's a
they
fact. That's
cre-
a fact. That's a fact.
they created branches. You got
That's a
hip hop
fact.
as the foundation, like a family tree, and then you just got branches to branch off.
Wow.
And that's what that
Talk
was.
about it. Let's talk about it.
That's
That's crazy.
exactly what happened, bro.
Mm,
That's exactly what happened, bro.
yeah.
It's exactly what happened. And that's when I say hip hop changed or hip hop. That's what you can't change. You'll never be able to change that.
No.
You'll never be able to change that.
We went from
But
being
hip hop will
underground
be
to
hip hop.
becoming by far like I think we are still number one when it comes to music genres.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah,
are
that
number one.
ain't
Still.
yeah, that ain't never gonna change.
No, it ain't. And if it does, I'll be surprised. Uh, but yeah, I bring it up because I was recently watching. Shout out to my guy. Remember J Cole had did that song. I love her again, right? Where he basically like did the common sample, and he was like referencing comments. I used to love her, so he put
Yeah.
that on I love her again, and he addressed the D4L joint. You know what I'm saying? The whole Laffy Taffy snap, right? So you heard that, and he was talking about that. And I remember George and my guy Ryan, shout out to them, they be doing their channel called Lost in Vegas. And they talked about that whole like of how hip hop had to change and how you had to change alongside with it. But then it appealed to younger demographics, but then when it came to like the older heads were like, y'all are ruining hip hop.
Hip
Blah blah
hop.
blah blah. Like this is absolute garbage. Boom boom boom. But George made a good point. He said, listen, he's like, the older heads have to come to terms with accepting evolution
Facts.
and change in hip hop.
Yup.
He did say, however, he said fans, if you are doing music and you're doing music in hip hop, but yet you're not honoring the culture, you're not honoring what came before you, that's also a problem. I completely agree with that.
Yep.
Completely agree. I remember Blueface did an interview with Big Boy, and Big Boy asked him a question. He's like, "Well, so okay, so who was the artists that you like? Coming up, boom, 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 boom." He said, "I didn't really like no artists like as far as like hip hop. I just did it." And I remember thinking to
Hmm.
myself, like, why would you ever even consider doing hip hop then? Did you? Who said you even had talent in it? Because
Hmm.
let's be real, Blueface was not. He had that one thought the honest joint. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard. That thought the
Hmm.
honest was crazy. But when it came to the rest of your songs, it wasn't gonna be long before you have fell off, bro. You have fall off, right? So um, there gotta be a balance, right? Old heads have to come to terms with accepting what is of the now, while the new heads have to come to terms with accepting um history.
And the crazy part about the new heads, all they have to do to show homage to the rappers, the old heads, is rap.
There you go. Simple,
That's all you gotta do.
simple.
Rap on beat.
Rap.
Y'all rapping off beat. Y'all not
really writing nothing that makes sense. Y'all not rapping like lyrically to be like, yo, that's
Busy.
fire.
You was in
That's
a
why you're not
freaking
being
shit
homage.
talk with dudes who had to go out here and react to the songs, right? Wrong.
Yeah,
Where's that happening?
yeah. And that's the problem. To pay homage to hip hop, all you got to do is rap. Rap on beat and make sense. That's all you got to do. And none of these
Simple.
rappers make sense. None
No.
of these rappers make sense. And I hate to say it, and this is crazy, but
Mm.
Wayne used to make sense in the Carter. Now he don't make sense. But now all the rappers that we hear that be like, "Oh, Wayne is fire." When you hear their stuff, it don't make sense.
hmm
But the reason why it don't make sense is because Wayne is your favorite rapper. That's why it don't make sense.
It's their favorite rapper, and plus they're not caring about the song structure or the theme
No.
or what's being addressed. They're not
Uh-uh.
caring about the overall production. They just want to hear bars,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
it.
fine. But tell me how Wayne saying Brock Lesnar after a woman is like a wrestler. Well, how is that bar connected? Yes, Brock Lesnar is the wrestler. We get that. But how is he messing with her like a wrestler? Is he a wrestler? Is Wayne saying he's a? Where's the bar in it? I remember beating you, Chris, and I was like, yeah, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, it
That's
don't.
not a
It
bar.
don't. It
So
don't.
like,
But this is what I get people to understand. I mean, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand and realize
mhm.
that the reason why Future took off, and this is no shade to Future, but the reason why Future took off and mumble rap took off is because lean took off.
mm, 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 mm.
Lean. When you start drinking lean, everything slows down. Everything sounds like a slur and a mumble. And that's why people who drink lean and sip lean can understand what Future is saying. And the people with clear minds is like, bro, I don't understand nothing he talking about. The same thing with Wayne when we come to codeine, cocaine,
Throw
weed,
in
and
my
all of that.
tail.
All of
Throw
this
in my
stuff is
tail.
created pretty much. All this stuff is created based off of what the artist is doing before the song was created. That's why. This is
Yeah.
why. You're not making music in different genres like, oh yeah, this is country, this is rock and roll, this is this. No, this is weed music. This is cocaine music. This is lean music. This is alcohol music. That's how y'all making y'all music now.
Oh my God.
And that's the fact. That's why you so many people like in Texas. Think about it. They do the chopped and screw. Fire. Don't get it twisted. But the reason why they
Facts.
did it is because everybody sips lean and things are slow in Texas on purpose. That's what they do. That's why that's a
There was
slang for them.
yeah. As a matter of fact, the one who invented the chocolate screw actually died. I don't know if it was because he had a lean addiction. Something had happened to him. But it was whatchamacallit's name? It was a DJ something. And ironic, and this is gonna sound crazy, but he died the same day I was born.
Mm.
DJ Screw. DJ Screw, that was his name. DJ Screw.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you was hit him or anything like that. But yeah, he passed away November 16th, 2000, the day I was born. Crazy.
Yeah. So when we look at them, we look like, bro, that joint's fire. From a clear head, we like, bro, that's cold. Why you chop and screw that up? From them, it's not really a chop and screw. They broke it down for them to understand it because they're always on lean. And
Yep.
lean is like scissor. Sipping on some sit that when that came out, that was a banger. Banger.
Scissor.
For if you were clear headed or not. But they were missing the point. I'm like, bro, this was made for everybody who wants everything slowed down. But that's because that's how they
That's
seen the world.
crazy.
That's how they
That's
seen the world
crazy.
slow down
That is
because they were
crazy.
on the drugs and the substance that they were on slowed everything down.
Beezy, you not lying because and notice that, right? Like notice how there's a lane, there's a thing that's cool, there's a thing that's the thing about hip hop itself, right? Hip. The key word is hip, right? In hip hop. What's cool, what's of the now, what's prevalent, what's matter of fact, not even prevalent, what's relevant, right? Um I remember I don't know if did you ever watch Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix?
Yep.
Okay, so you're yeah, okay, got you. So Hip Hop Evolution had an episode about Two Live Crew. And if you know Two Live Crew,
Yeah.
and you get into their music, you know it's very sexually explicit, right?
Facts. Yeah.
But that was a lane though, because people
Yeah.
can relate to that. People can relate to the idea of a man and woman getting in a bedroom and having going to town, right? They know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that had a wave. To your point, the chopped and screwed, everything being slowed down, and blah blah blah. That had a wave. And
Yep.
and that's insane that you say that, but I'm like, wow, like there was a lane that was a tribute towards all these artists. I
Of
think,
course.
well, however, by the time we got to 2017, 2018, it was kind of like apparent, like, this is getting a little out of hand right now.
That's because everybody started being on lean.
Because Link took a spark again.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah,
When Future came back, I mean when Future came and started doing the double cut and all of that stuff, and Wayne was doing the double cut, is when everybody started doing, because hip hop, everything that hip hop does, everybody's gonna do it. Because
yep,
like you just said, hip. If he's doing it,
yep,
I'm doing it. If he's doing it, I'm doing it. There's a lot of people who only smoke because they hip hop heads do it. Only people who drink is because Future was promoting it, so I'm doing it because that's what Future. Bro, they copycatters. This is just what it is. It's a part of hip
yeah,
hop. So that's why it's a dangerous thing when it comes to music, what you're promoting, because people are going to
yeah,
follow your trend.
yes.
They're gonna follow your trend. So if you smoking and on cocaine all the time, or on Adderall, or if you on lean, or if you're doing all this extra stuff, it's gonna be people that's gonna be doing the same thing. You go to your concert, it's gonna be people with double cuts drinking the stuff that you're rapping about.
Which is insane.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Look, come on. This stuff is different. That's why you see people like
Eminem, who used to talk crazy and do crazy, but understood how everybody was looking at him, and he changed the way he
He he,
rapped.
he did, and matter of fact, he did albums about that. As a matter of
yeah, he
fact,
changed it.
he did yeah, because Eminem he had
I
a
think it was the
heavy
relapse, not
reputation.
relapse. That
Yeah,
wasn't relapse.
no, he did it. Well, I think it was a relapse or was it
I
I think
think
it
it
was
might have been
both.
before then or something. I
I think it
forget.
was both. I think he did it on relapse and he did it on recovery.
Yeah,
Yep, he sure did. He said he would have seizures and things like that. Had to go to the hospital and had to be checked up, and
Yeah.
people like coming in there, dealing with him like, yeah. So he really got himself sober after all of that. He was going too crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
way too crazy. So yeah, this has happened to rappers before where it's been near death. Lil Wayne has even had moments where his health was affected because of lean. Like it's crazy,
Right.
crazy.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
So when you when you own stuff like that, it creates the lane. Because whatever you rap, and since your name is that big, we're copying what you doing.
Yep.
And
That's why everybody can't sound like Wayne, because everybody ain't on the cocaine and weed and all that stuff at the same time like Wayne is. But if everybody was on the same time that Wayne was on, then it would be more Waynes.
you see what I'm saying? It's a lot more
Yeah.
future.
You can hear a whole bunch of people who rap like Future when the mumble rap came out.
It's features, it's Lil Wayne's, it's bro. Wayne and Future
Like
used to fire a
I
generation, bro.
Shout out to I don't know if y'all heard it yet, but shout out to Designer. Y'all heard Designer's new music?
Yes, it's hard, way
compared to
better,
his
Old music?
way better.
He is crazy with it. I'm like, bro.
Yeah,
But when we heard Panda, we didn't understand what he was saying. I got bros in Atlanta. But it was so the melody was fire. Better than better. Legacy. Turn up. Better.
I think his whole stage presence was weird within itself.
That jump was
It
so
was so
hard.
weird within itself, bro. Like when he was rapping, like the way he would like. But I thought it was dope though. Like he would have the microphone in his hand and he would like throw it up and then grab it and start rapping some more. I thought that was really lit. I ain't never seen nobody do
he
that.
cold, that
But
bro. He
yeah, he's different.
cold.
I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
he's
this
different.
cat is cold, but I understood nothing he was saying. The stuff he got out right now, I understand every word he's saying. You can tell the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, bro.
You can tell that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
can tell the difference.
I did one designer song on my channel. I forget what it was called, but it was hard.
My
I love the
favorite joint he did
production. The
was
production
Tina
was dope.
Turner. That Timmy Turner he
Timmy
did.
Turner.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna be
god.
honest. I did not like Timmy Turner. I did not like Timmy Turner.
That beat was
Did not
so
like it.
crazy, but I didn't understand nothing he was saying. But still,
Yeah,
the beat, I was like, oh my god, this beat is
yeah,
amazing. But that was it.
yeah,
but once again, like I said, a regular rapper. So I mean, a rapper who's on drugs or a rapper who's sober up. It's night and day.
And it's a
Cause you
lot
know
of
what?
people.
We
It's
don't
a lot
got
of
like
people
Right
the
now, that's not listening to Designer because they like Panda and stuff better. But he's cleaned himself up to not sound like Panda, and now people's upset about it. You see what I'm saying? When you present yourself as something, when you present yourself, you got to live like that
yeah
forever. Because as soon as you change, everybody's not going to accept the change, even
yeah
if it's a good change.
yeah.
That's why everybody didn't like that new Jeezy album.
It's a good change. Nobody liked it though.
Sometimes change is needed though. It's
Exactly.
always needed, but at the same as that time, if you it depends on how on to be this point is how well can you do it at your level.
Right.
If you can't attribute to doing it so well at your level, and it's not like okay, for instance, a lot of people go, and I will say I'm definitely a victim of it too. Kanye West, I miss the old Kanye. This new Kanye ain't that. Drake, I miss the old Drake. This new Drake ain't that. I've been that guy, and I will still be that guy. I don't care nobody say. But for
Right.
Kanye, different story. Kanye is he's Kanye, right? Kanye's gonna do whatever Kanye's gonna do. That's different. Kanye get that pass from me. He gets a pass from me. I don't care nobody say. But Drake, heck you know. Especially when we consider the big three conversation, when we consider him along with Cole and Kendrick, and even though Kendrick said what he said after big three is just big me, but still at the end of the day, that's still warrant. No one. I think the reason why people go the big three is because who in hip hop did it at the level of how Drake did it, J. Cole did it, and Kendrick Lamar did it. Now before everyone goes, well, Wale ain't Cole, Wale ain't Kendrick, Wale ain't wasn't that good, or Big Sean wasn't that good, or you mean Meek Mill wasn't that? We're not discrediting the contemporaries. However, they fan base isn't as huge as Cole's is, as Kendrick is, and as Drake is.
But
Am I
that's not
wrong?
because of them. That's because of the labels
They pushed them like that.
That's true too, huh?
Yeah.
No, what? Why? The mom set it up for me to have it. Has a car earpiece. I don't care. I don't think it's mine. But go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead and eat it. Okay. So you were saying?
No, I said that like when it was proven that Drake was having a little bit of help. Same thing with Kendrick probably getting a little help. Same thing with you know what I'm saying when people if you the artist that's bringing the most money into the joint,
The label is going to do whatever they can to make sure that that artist is bigger than anybody else. But when you sit back, if I guess what everybody is pretty much saying is if
if everybody's on the same level field,
same level field or same playing field, then the conversation is different. But everybody's not on the same playing field, so we can't have that conversation.
that's what they would say. Like Big
Hmm.
Sean, like when we heard Big Sean on Wayne's album, it was like,
Oh no, clear. This Big Sean's verse is better than his. But since it's Wayne,
and since everybody is bigger on Wayne, we're going to look at Wayne as the bigger artist.
But yeah, like he gets the credit the most, which
Exactly.
is really you think about it for a second.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
bro.
issue.
That
That's
is
the
the
issue
issue.
that people will look at. They'd be like, well,
the playing field ain't even. Wayne been here since the block is hot. He's been killing since 14, 15.
Mm. Yeah.
what do you not expect?
From Wayne. That's Wayne. That's what he do. You know?
You know what I'm saying? But that's Birdman. Birdman was pushing him more than Turk. He was pushing him more than Jeezy. I mean, Juvenile. He was pushing him more than BG. He was pushing all of them. He was pushing them more because that's what the fans and they wanted to hear more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing
Yeah.
with Meek Mill. Meek Mill is dope, but everybody don't. But he don't get pushed like Wayne. He don't get pushed like Wale. He don't get pushed like them. He was getting pushed
Pushed like that when he was signed with Maybach. Rick Ross was only
Right.
pushing him. We heard Wale little bits and pieces, but we didn't hear him more than Meek Mill.
Yeah.
and Meek Mill was the
That's a
man
fact.
at the time. But then Meek Mill
Mill
got
was Mill was cold, bro. When
Meek
that
Mill was
last year when Mill
cold.
came
Yeah,
around,
yeah, he was
oh
cold.
my god,
His rapping skills still crazy, but still, once you get put on that pedestal, you better stay clean. And apparently, you didn't stay clean because you was fooling around with, you know,
don't
and we just leave
do
it
it,
at
don't
that.
do it, don't do
Yeah,
it, BC, don't do it,
yeah,
don't do it,
we'll just leave it there. You made it.
BC, don't do
You made it. You made it to the top, and you screwed up. And now you trying to get back up there. And we like, yeah, we like his rapping ability, but we'll never put him in the spot where he always been. Whose fault is
it.
that? Can't blame
Yeah,
nobody but yourself. That's
that's
it.
a fact. That's a fact. Yeah,
and that go and that goes all the
yes.
way.
That goes all the way back to what we was talking about at the beginning, when we say when you make it to the top, you better be doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you better acknowledge the reason why you're up there before you get snatched all the way down. Meek Mill is an example. You got snatched all the way down, and even though you did not lose talent, every rap that we hear Meek Mill do is amazing. Like that boy can tell stories. His rapping ability is crazy. Will he ever be the Meek Mill that we know from Dreams and Nightmares? No.
I don't know, man.
It's over.
I don't know. I
He'll
don't
never
know.
get back up there again. And the reason why he'll never get back up there again,
It's because the video that was leaked out of him, I rest my case.
BZ, stop. BZ,
I'll
stop.
rest my case.
BZ.
I'll rest my case. You'll never get there, and that's your fault. You put
Put yourself in that predicament, and now you took an L. Your fault.
it's just that simple, bro. And that's what
Oh my
happens when you put the wrong people at the top.
god.
Yep. That's what happens when you put the wrong people at the
Yeah,
top.
this is a fact, bro.
You put
Listen,
the
and I'm
wrong
not.
person at the
Listen, I'm
top.
not laughing at what people are actually thinking about laughing at. Like, man, watch out. Like, calm down, bro. Chill out, bro. I'm not laughing. I'm not
That's
laughing
just
about
it.
that.
I mean,
I'm
the
not
facts is
laughing
the
about that.
Fact
fact.
is the fact. I hate to say it,
But
but
at the same
that's
time, like,
exactly
bro,
what happened.
I'm laughing because at the end of the day, busy for one. Number one, what you're saying is true,
It's a
and number
hundred
two,
percent.
and number right, and then number two is like I don't think Meek's been able to recover. He hasn't been able to
No.
recover. I haven't seen
Exactly,
anything come
bro.
out with me ever since then.
The last two street songs that I heard that Meek Mill dropped recently
Oh,
was fire. I'm talking about
yeah.
fire. He even did the one. He got on one dude. I forgot whose song it was, but he did a verse on it. He was a feature. One of the dopest features last year.
Oh shoot, Bacon's album just came out today.
Oh shoot, yeah, I gotta hear it.
I'm listening to that.
Yeah, but yeah, Meek Mill got on a feature last year. One of the dopest features ever. It was a storytelling.
Storytelling. I forgot what the song was about, but it was cold. I was like, oh, Meek Mill's back to old Meek. Are we still talking about Meek? No. Normally
Oh,
when Meek rap like that, we talk about him about that all year. That was it. After we heard that, oh yeah, he can still rap. And he can still get pumped too. Doesn't matter.
mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. They don't care.
Yep.
That's why when you
I'm
make
going
it
to
to the
be.
top, protect your
Yep.
investment when you up here. And I'm telling you, it's a long way down, sir.
Yep. You gotta be. Watch out for the sharks. Watch out who you get around with. Watch who
Man,
you
you
shake hands with. Watch who you
yeah,
say is my
you tried
man,
to.
my
He tried to
brother.
come.
You
He
name it.
tried to come back when he dropped that Shaq and Kobe song with Rick Ross and did that album with
Oh,
Rick Ross.
oh
That
my
flopped.
gosh! Don't,
That song was
don't.
fire. That album
Mm,
flopped.
that
That
was
album
a
was no
major
good.
flop. Major
Last
flop.
time I heard from Rick Ross was on that. Rick Ross said he only did that album to put money in Meek's pocket because of how much money he was in debt for. Why are you in debt?
That's insane.
Why are you even in debt? You know what I'm saying? And think about it. The last time we heard Rick Ross doing music with anybody, who was it? I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah,
Let's
this is
still
true.
stop this recording. I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah, this
saying.
is true.
When you're connected to the devil, that's all I'm gonna say. When you are connected to the devil, brother, for real. Shout out to French Montana, because y'all see he ain't never leveled up either. And y'all know who he been with. Y'all know who he been kicking it with. French Montana was kicking it heavy with the devil. And look at what French Montana. Oh, he about to make a comeback. Comeback where? No, bro. You're done. You're done. We're not paying no attention to you. We forgive you. Don't get it twisted. Everything that you've done, we're now holding you accountable for it. What I'm saying is,
Oh,
God gave you that pedestal, and you didn't treat it well. So you fell hard, and there's no return. Is what I'm saying.
that's so unfortunate, brother.
That's a fact, bro. You
That's so
fail
unfortunate.
hard, and there's no return. That's it.
Yeah, bro.
You didn't
That's
lose
yeah.
talent. God didn't take the talent. God
How
took the
about that?
spot. He didn't take the talent. He took the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all keep fooling with the devil though.
Yep.
I mean, well, you can't fool with him now for another 4 years. But you can fool
Don't
with the
hit
devil.
us with this. Don't hit us with this. I don't believe into that devil's mess. I don't believe into that devil's mess,
All
bro.
right.
We are in 2026. It's undeniable at this point.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Undeniable.
The
You
devil
can't
in the
deny
blue
it.
dress.
You can't deny it, bro. Like, yeah, literally, there's been movies about that. Like,
Yeah, come
devil
on,
in the
bro.
dress.
The
It's
devil is
been
right
right
there.
there in front of your face the whole entire time, and you go
This-
through, bro. Look how many rappers. I say this, and I say this with all due respect, but think about it for a second. Look how many rappers we done lost over the past 4 or 5 years now,
Yep.
right? Juice WRLD died, right, having a drug overdose.
Yep.
I believe he had an addiction. Takeoff got shot.
No,
That one
okay,
had a
hold on,
that
hold on.
one had a
Hold on.
stroke.
Let's
Think about
start.
it for a
Let's
second.
go back. Hold on. Let's go back to hold on real quick. Hold on. Before we get done, because it's an hour 40. Hold on.
Okay, so you said Juice World. Let's talk about that.
Drug
Mm-hmm.
overdose, correct? And like I said,
Yep.
once again, y'all,
Yep.
we're not being disrespectful.
And
We
it
just
was
throwing
said
that
that Future had influence over all of that too.
much. Once again,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, so with Juice World, mind you, that's a young person, right? Juice World is
Yep.
young. So Juice World had to be influenced by somebody already in the industry, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we just leave it at that. So when Juice World came in, if he was on a drug overdose, who in the game do we know that was on drugs at that same time that Juice World was overdosing? We don't gotta say no names. I'm just saying, if Juice World is paying attention to hip hop and he's looking at these people and idolizing these people and doing what these people are doing, can they not say that his blood is on their hands?
Mm-hmm.
Can he not? Can we not? Just because they didn't give
Giving the drug don't mean that they didn't tell him to do it because they were watching.
Yeah.
He was who they were watching, correct?
Yep.
All right. Now next, the next person you said Takeoff. This a little different because Takeoff was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
That's what I was gonna say. A matter of just being at the wrong spot, the wrong time.
at the wrong time, wrong spot, wrong
Yep.
time.
You know what I'm saying? But that could be once again any of us at the wrong spot, one time, wrong time, just trying to fit in. Well, we should just be in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say it. Everybody always, oh, I want to have fun.
I want to go outside and kick it. Y'all got to understand. We've been telling y'all. People been telling y'all this since y'all was kids. That bullets ain't got no name. Why you think anybody gets shot? The innocent get killed as far as and the uninnocent get killed as well. Bullets don't have no name. Sometimes you don't need to be in certain spots you don't need to be at. There could have been signs of things that was telling him, yo, I should go home early. I shouldn't be out here today. Or I shouldn't do this, that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Mm-hmm.
people gonna take this the wrong way. Take it how you want to take it, because I'm not being mean or nothing like that. But God could have used him as a sacrifice to get their attention.
Yeah.
Did he get their attention, or is they still acting the same way?
They got their attention.
See what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, things is different, bro. Like, people gotta understand, like, man, when you get those spots, those opportunities, when you get those millions of dollars, when you get those opportunities to bless other people or feed the homeless and things like that, bro, step up to the plate and do it, and make sure that you don't say that it's because of you. Let's keep it a
Yeah.
month. Everybody
Yeah,
be
as a matter
taking
of fact,
credit all the time, and they shouldn't be.
because Takeoff passed away. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but like because he passed. Keep in mind, it had to help with the whole you know at the time, Quavo and Offset were not on good terms,
Mm-mm.
right? And
Yep,
imagine
not at
that, and
all.
imagine that for a second, right? Like with Migos, like when Migos was always together, right?
Right.
Since what 2012, 2013. So these guys were together. I believe Quavo is Takeoff's uncle, and Takeoff and Quavo and Offset are cousins, right? That's how
Yep.
I believe that's how it's worked. So They've been together since 2013. They made success with Bad and Bougie, Versace, all these things on songs, album sales, features, being on this platform, being in this movie. I see them in the TV shows. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, Migos, this whole group, been together through thick and thin, and it took a relationship that Quavo had, that Offset got involved with, for him and Quavo to not be on good terms.
Yep.
And it led to the catalyst, which was Takeoff having to die. Now, for people to go into this idea of like it was needed, no, I didn't want to see him go.
Mm-mm.
I'm not saying I wish death on nobody.
Not at all.
But the point we're trying to get at is because that happened, you can't tell me and then let Quavo, bro. A lot of people were going Quavo, Offset, please make up,
Please. Yep.
please make up. Like go back to having that brotherhood because it's more like y'all just lost Takeoff, bro. This is like there shouldn't be no bad vibes on both ends. I get it, I understand y'all human, y'all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, bro, like come on, man, come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's more. There's really just more to life than any nonsense. You know that's going on in the world. People are dying left and right. Come together, bro.
Crazy
You
thing
just
about it
never
is people
know.
was crazy thing about it was people were saying that before the killing even happened.
Crazy.
People were saying that before. They was like, "Yo, can y'all just make up where we can have the Migos together?" There was people saying,
And
"When can we get a Migos project again? We're all y'all together because y'all beefing. Like, why?"
literally, yeah, literally. And I will say I thought it was very beautiful to see Quavo and Offset on stage together performing while sitting together for the first time in like years. And they
Yeah.
did that tribute, in BC and Takeoff was there in in spirit. I thought that was beautiful the way
Right.
they pointed. But at the same as that time, it's like, dang, bro, like y'all just like y'all were one of the most talked about hip hop artists or acts, however you want to say it, that was of its
Right.
time, and it took y'all having to lose one of y'all members. That's like y'all can't y'all will still be what y'all are, but you won't be the same still. It's like the
Right.
equivalent to Run DMC. Run DMC lost Jam Master Jay, who was 50 Cent's mentor. He had got shot, right? But people universally know Run and they know DMC, right? So that's
Right.
just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Things like that happens all the time. But this life is no joke, bro. It
Right.
just is. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, BG.
No, I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, bro, when we look at the death that's happening in people's lives and situations that happen and stuff like that, we got to look at the position that they're in. This is the stuff that people hate when we bring this stuff up. But this is real. This is reality. When you have those opportunities to be in the front, God don't just put you in the front on purpose, bro. He's putting
Yeah.
you in front to see how you're going to treat it. Because this is what people got to understand. God is not going to not bless you because you don't serve him. If you're doing your part, he blesses the just as well as the unjust. So even if you're unjust,
If you're still working and grinding, that still calls for a blessing, regardless. So
Mm-hmm.
regardless of you praising God or if you're not praising God, you still reap the benefits of good grinding. You out here grinding, it's beneficial. If you're working at a job, you keep working hard, they're going to give you a raise. It's the same thing, regardless of the boss like you or not. They got to respect the fact that, yo, he's grinding. I got to give him a raise.
Yes.
So that's the same thing. So even when the people that we list that's up there ranking high, if they're not doing what God is asking them to do, or if they're not even believers, that still don't mean that they're not going to get blessed just because they're not believers. That's what we got to understand.
One
Is
thousand
the
percent.
unjust still going to get blessed regardless because they're still doing the work. A
The
lot of
devil
times the
blesses his
believers.
own. I've heard my mom said before. The devil blesses his own too.
exactly, a lot of times the believers get lazy because you feel that God is just going to put you to the top without putting in the work. That's not how that works. You put in the
No.
work. You just don't put in as much work as the believers
Do because you have favor, you have faith, you have the anointing, so you get put in front of people because favor ain't fair. But if you ain't putting in the work, then I can't put you in the front. It's just that simple. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like when they say when God takes one step, I mean, yeah, well, when you take one step, God takes two. But a lot of us don't even take the step. So how
No.
can God bless us? 'Cause, oh, I know God's gonna bless me with $1 million, but yet you don't even have a bank account to put it in. But yet, but yet these unsaved folk got bank accounts for days. That's why they can get blessed because they're prepared for it.
Yeah.
But we're not. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. But when you get put in those positions, even though you are up there, it's just a matter of time before God knocks you down. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do while you up here. God
But
will
he,
send,
hold on.
God will
Yeah,
put
yeah,
you in a
continue,
circle.
continue.
God will put you in a situation. God will put you in that thing to actually acknowledge Him. Like if your name is that big, trust me, you was in the same room with Tamala Mann before. Trust me, you was in the room with Kirk Franklin before. Trust me, you
Speaking
was
of
in the
Tamala
room with
Man,
Marvin Sapp before.
speaking of Tamala Man, shout out to Lecrae. He brought Tamala and her husband David. They did an interview on his
Yeah.
podcast. I'm gonna watch that when I
Hmm.
get there. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, go ahead, BC. I mean, cut you off.
Yeah. So you got those opportunities. So what I'm saying is them opportunities, those things that actually happen, God puts you in position to actually become a believer in Him and starting to acknowledge that.
Because He put you around people who serve Him and believe in Him. You can't ignore that though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't ignore that. Like you can't ignore the
Fact that, oh yeah, I'm in the same room with Tamala Man. Of course, yeah. And Tamala Man gonna do her part in the midst of a whole bunch of people. She's gonna be the light in the dark room. Period. You can't keep
Yeah.
saying amen and not believing what she's talking about. So you can't front like you don't know what she's on because she's right there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Kirk Franklin's right there. Ty Tribbett's right there. These people are right there.
There, God puts you in position to link up with these people. And you, if you choose to just ignore them, that's on you. But you can't sit here and say it wasn't presented or you've never seen it because it was right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
And you know what's interesting about this too is like before everyone goes into before again, I have to preface this because people like to take what you say or what I say or just what anybody else says about anything these days because we live in a weird time as it is on social media.
Hmm.
Take a lot of things completely out of context and will say Beezy and Josiah was glorifying people's artists' lifespans. Like first of all, I never glorified it whatsoever.
Right.
Never glorified it. I utilize the example to highlight a point, and that's what BZ was doing as well. Just so we're clear about that. We got to clear that up just so everyone won't be coming crazy on comments. But what I can say is, um, to BZ's point, I lose my train of thought. Oh my gosh, hold on. BZ, what were you saying again before I was trying to highlight something?
Oh shoot, you
Oh,
lost me.
I remember. I remember. So this is what I remember. Okay, I find it interesting that when we get to these award shows, you can name it BT, the VMAs, the Grammys. Hell, if you want to take it across music and go towards acting, the Oscars, the Academy Awards, however you want to look at it, right? Why is it that almost all the time? I can't say for always the case for white people, but why is it always anytime I see a black person that does their award speech, the first thing they want to say is thank God.
Right. First
So
thing.
if God's not real, then what God are you saying thank you? What God are you saying thank you to?
Right.
I'm gonna let that sit there.
Yep.
I'm gonna let that sit there. To BZ, because everything BZ is saying, he not wrong. And another thing too is when you get comfortable and complacent doing what you want to do and saying, God, I'll do this, but you ain't willing to take this step, like faithful without works is dead, right? Besides
Right.
that, if you talking about this, you talking about that, the fact of the matter is like you can't grow just by having comfort, bro. You can't grow saying I'm okay with eating. I'm gonna just use food for example. You're not going to grow eating 4 to 5 strawberry shortcakes in your bedroom, laying down watching a movie, and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm growing." That's not growth.
Right.
That's not growth. That's complacency, right?
Yep.
What is growth is okay. I'm gonna put these cakes down. Maybe eat at least a little bit. Maybe eat at least one cake. You know what I'm saying for that day, and then I'll decide later that day on the same day I'm talking about this. I'm gonna go ahead and head to the gym and work out, and then maybe eat that a little bit later. But then again, you may not even eat at all. That's growth. That's growth. You want to get back to doing the things that you want to do. You gotta be willing to do things that make you uncomfortable, bro.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. That's all. People gotta understand is like, again, music is dope. Having a challenge is dope. Having a gift is dope. Going back to the Royce Keys thing, we went all over the place, but still, we were highlighting a point. Give God His credit.
Have to.
Stop
And if you
acknowledging, stop
don't,
acknowledging it for yourself.
you got to give God His credit. And if you don't, I promise that fall to the floor, it's gonna
Mm.
hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
That
painful.
that the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's what it is. The higher you are, the harder it's gonna fall. The harder the fall,
Mm.
the more hurt it's gonna be when you fall from how high you are. So
Mm.
regardless of how your story you tell it, regardless of how you tell it, regardless of how emotional people get and all of that, they're getting emotion off of what you're saying. It has nothing to do with God though. So now we're going based off of how you made us feel. Nothing to do with God. Even though your whole
Wow.
story sounds like that was a God experience, but yet God would not acknowledge the whole time you told the story.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what not the problem, but that's what I looked at was like, man, this was such an emotional story, but I can't tap all the way into the emotion because of the fact
Mm.
that God is not being acknowledged in something that I see God all through this. But the
Mm.
person that's telling the story is pretending that they don't see God through this. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
when I see butterflies, I think of my mom, I think of my grandma, or if I see this, and this, I feel it's my mom, it's my mom and them, and it's this and this. Like, bro, you're not even acknowledged the fact that no, I feel God in the room, I feel God in the area, I feel God through all of this. No, you're putting God and calling them your grandma and your grandma and your mom and stuff like that. It's like that's a touchy situation, bro. That's hard to do. It's hard to do
Mm.
when you know what I'm saying? When you realize what's going on in the world and how a lot of people don't do it on purpose. That's why I don't think this was
Purposely done, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think that he praised himself on purpose, but I also don't think that he knew that he didn't praise it, that he didn't.
give the credit where it's supposed to be. That he didn't give God to do. He brought God up for a hot second and then after that that was it. It was like,
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, and that's just a touchy thing. And I just when I see that, I'm just like, God, I just pray that when it's my opportunity that I don't fall into that trap
Hmm.
because that's all that was a trap.
It's easy to do. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to allow the world to. It's funny. We always ask the world to give us our flowers,
Right? Yeah, exactly.
but yet God is saying, "I'll give you the fruit of His Spirit. I'll give you the fruit of the Spirit.
Yep.
I will take over the fruit of the Spirit way more than a person giving me their flowers, because those flowers and those roots could die at any given point during the dang on day." And it can change at any given point. You can even give me my flowers the next day. You can go on social media and wear out and say something very false about my name, and that's not how God will operate towards me. So again, I take God and His word and I apply that way more to my heart, to my life, than anything ever in this world, ever.
Yeah.
So leave with that one. But yeah, bro.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll be back with the interview. We gave
No, we
y'all
done.
almost 2 hours worth.
Yeah, we with this. We don't give you. Y'all don't deserve a full powerhouse. Let me stop.
Right.
Where's keys? But no, we had a good time. Thank you, BJ. Once again, it's always an honor to be on your platform, brother.
Oh yeah,
And
for
people
sure.
start commenting, please. Start commenting, please. Start subscribing, like, comment. You know what I'm saying? Share this whole thing. Get the word out. You know what I'm saying?
For
Take on board
sure.
what we said. You know, and really don't take it too personal. Just try your hardest to just understand the commentary a lot better.
Facts.
So, all right,
All right,
man.
bro. Yep.
Yep.
Boom, bang, two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boy back, they all run like sawmill. This beat was just sent to me, this was a fresh kill. But you ain't know when I load up, I act wild. Like draw four, my screen kicks like a bad child. It's time to relocate, but not the eastbound. Call me a virus, we moving to the west now. I've been bugging more ammo than any Russian. My 16s I air out like a semi-bussin'. My chick bad, I sing to her like David Ruffin. Give her the game, she roll up, we lit and puffin'. Thought I was done, but this rapping is in my bloodline. Keep feeding me beats, I zip them up like K-Shine. The swag so out of this world, never in state lines. Used to be passing with everything, now I take mine. Pittsburgh, my name Monty, some of you notice me. I get you lit and I'm brown, nickname me Hennessy. I came in the game, they ain't do nothing but doubt. But now I feel like a tongue to win my name in your mouth.